Hey techies, so this is Lucky Sony here and welcome back to my YouTube channel Techie Lucky. So guys, I hope so you are enjoying my this series which is the Java coding round, and as part of this series, let's work on the requirement. As of now, we have seen how exactly we can create our project using build tools. We also have understood our basic class which is getting generated as part of our Spring Boot application. This time, let's focus on the requirement. If you see, we would like to work for the project which is known as the patient management system. So patient is the mandatory object which we need to create as part of our project. So I'm just going to create this particular object as part of my project, right? So first of all, what should I do? I need to follow some standards. So first of all, I need to create a separate package which is a com.sony.model. So in this project, in this package only, I should keep my class because this is going to be treated like a model. All the classes which is going to work like a object need to be work like a model. Yeah, so I created the patient class here. So let's see. Yeah, patient class has been created. Now all those fields need to be created as part of the requirement. So if I see here, I have the requirement of the ID, first name, last name, gender. So let me start typing here. Yeah. So I'm saying private int of ID. So I'm saying PID. So in this way, I can distinguish between the uh, patient ID or some other class, because if you know, maybe we have thousands of models as part of the major project, so definitely each and every time giving the ID is not a good idea. There should be some patient ID or ID kind of stuff. So this is the way I'm trying to do it. Even on top of that, if you observe, I made it private. This is the standard. Whenever you're trying to create your model class or bean class, na, their field will be private only. They are not supposed to access directly. They are supposed to be accessed by the setters and getter method. So that's why I made it private. Okay, and even it's an integer or int, both are the data types, but integer is a wrapper class, int is a primitive data type. So even if you are going to use integer, I will suggest you better to use integer, because the int is going to be converted into the integer at runtime. But while the compile time, while you are trying to perform some operation, I will show you while working with the JPA, na, you are supposed to pass the null, you are supposed to pass the uh, primitive value, those kind of stuffs is affecting a lot, right? So that point of time, you will understand the value of creating the integer or int. But by default, try to have all the things in the object-oriented format. So try to take it integer only. Now another field which is private. Yeah, private. I would like to have what should be there. My next field name is first name. Yeah, so first name you can take. So always, first of all, you need to mention the data type string, then first name. Try to follow all the naming convention, all the standards which you have learned. Right now, last name, private string of last name. You may see I am using the standards, right? The same kind of standard you need to use. Okay, now what I need, first name last name is done. Now I would like to check the gender. Yeah, so it will be string only. I will tell you in the future like how exactly you can use this known as enums. Yeah, enums is going to perform a very important role whenever you have some fixed kind of values like male or female. If you would like to mention two or three types internally, enum is going to play a very vital role. This is also you are going to see as part of my upcoming videos. Yeah, so I taken the gender. Now address. So address, I can take an independent class, but right now for the simplicity purpose only, I'm taking each and every simple field only as of now. Address I have taken. Now I'm going to take the city. Yeah, string of city, string of okay, yeah, and I need to keep the semicolon. That's why showing the error here. Yeah, private string of state. Yeah. So those fields name can be as per your requirement, as per your understanding. Okay, there is no any kind of restriction here. And last but not the least, here I need to mention the phone number. The private you can have the phone number which is going to be long enough, right? So because you know there is a 10 digits thing, so that's why better to have the long data type. Yeah. Yes, guys. So if you see, I have created with my fields. Yeah, I am done with my fields. Now I need to create here some of the setter method, getter method, and the constructor. So let me first of all control space. If you see, constructor is coming. I kept the constructor here. This is the auto generated comment, and definitely in the future, while you will work in the banking application, while you work with the banking project, now you may use the Sonar queue. So that point of time you may get the option from the Sonar queue, remove this default constructor because this is not being used, but this default constructor is being used. So for identify this particular kind of issue, you just simply write one comment inside the constructor, because definitely you are not going to write any statement there. So you can simply mention some basic statement. Default means statement means I'm just would like to say like a comment. See default constructor, so I have written because I have fish as part of my banking project. Yeah. So this thing, now I would like to have the parameterized constructor. So you can click on source and generate constructor using fields. Choose all the fields and generate the constructor. Yeah, my constructor has been generated. Now I want setters and getter method. Gen source and go to the setters and getters method. Yeah, choose all the fields and generate the setters and getter method. Yeah. Now, one more thing I would like to highlight here, guys. First of all, you need to understand while we are working with the Java application, suppose this particular class is going to be used as part of your Java application only. You're not going to use this class as part of your database table, because we are going to work with the H2DB. As part of H2DB, I'm going to use this particular model class as a database table. So in this case, I no need to have the hash code method, equals method, and toString method, because I know this particular model is going to be used as a definitely my Java, not the Java way. It is going to use like a my table, right? So in that case, I am not supposed to use the hash code method. I'm not supposed to use the equal method. I'm not supposed to use toString method, because those particular methods are applicable in terms of Java application only, right? Because whenever you will use the collection, you need to maintain some what to say, the uniqueness of your values, right? Uniqueness of your object, that need to be done, that need to be taken care. So that's why that point of time hash code method, equal method, or the toString method is going to help you out to understand the value. But this point of time I'm going to use as a table, so I no need to mention those particular methods here. And one more thing, guys, this is the one of the most important interview question key. What is the hash code method, what is the equal method, what is the contact between the hash code and equal method, and how exactly toString method is working. A toString method is available from the object class, maybe from the string class. So that also I'm going to explain as part of my YouTube channel. Yeah. So as of now, for working on this project, I'm not going to add those particular three extra methods. What exactly I'm going to do? I'm going to try to have some annotation which is going to help me out to make this class eligible to behave like a table. So at the rate entity is the annotation which is going to help me out to use this particular class as a table. Yeah. And now I need to mention the primary key. So at the rate IT is the annotation which is going to help me out to use as this particular field as a primary key. Now suppose I would like to have the different name as part of my table, as part of my DB, which is H2DB. I would like to change the name of my field. So we have another annotation known as the column. As part of this column we have the field, and if you I press the control space, we have the option of name. Like I would like to have the property name, so I can mention the name like a underscore. I would like to mention as part of my DB channel, DB table. So I can say underscore first underscore name. So such kind of changes. Suppose a database table name should be different, or my class table name should be different, right? Class field name should be different. So in this case, I can use the annotation which is going to have the different kind of names between the DB and between the class names or field name. So like, yeah, this is the model class as of now you guys have seen, and I just explained you why exactly I'm not going to use the hash code method, equals method. I will push a separate video where I will give you the clear cut visibility about it. But as of now, we are not using any collection here which is going to use this object internally. I'm going to use this class as part of my database table. That's why those particular annotations should be there as part of my model class. So I hope so guys you got the understanding why I created the model class, why exactly I have not used this particular method, and why exactly I mentioned those particular annotation to make my class eligible to use as a DB table. Yeah, so thanks a lot guys for watching my video. Stay tuned along with me. I hope so you will get huge amount of learning. Yeah, and God bless you. Bye bye.